Hello, my name is Quintella White. I started this podcast to motivate and encourage individuals diagnosed with various medical health challenges. With a personal diagnosis of multiple sclerosis, I aim to inspire individuals of all ages to reclaim their dreams and redefine their lives in spite of their disabilities. Welcome to Motivation Station, hosted by myself, Quintella White. Hey y'all, I'm back. Welcome to episode 13, Motivation Station. We are rolling on through, and yes, I am so excited. I hope you all are feeling wonderful today. I hope you all are feeling great today. Happy Wednesday. Please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, follow, and share Motivation Station QGW. Thanks in advance. And leave those comments. And anytime you guys have questions for me, you are more than welcome to leave it in the comments. Or I have been getting some questions in my messenger as well. So Motivation Station QGW, Motivation Station Podcast QGW. And if you guys have any questions, I am more than welcome to, write you back and answer. And I've been doing that. So thank you guys for the questions. Thanks for the positive feedback. I appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, episode 13. Let's go. Our topic for today is celebrating all achievements, no matter how big or small they are. Let's go again. Okay, y'all. So today I want to speak about we and y'all know I always say we, y'all, me, us. Yes. We sit around and I did this for a long time. We sit around and we are waiting for these big victories. We're waiting for these big accomplishments and then we want to celebrate. We're waiting to accomplish this big dream and then we're going to plan to celebrate. No. You have to be grateful for where you are and you have to celebrate those small victories the same way you would celebrate a large. Without the small victories, it's like a stepping ladder. You guys, a ladder. You walk up the ladder one step at a time, and you build your way up. So all your small victories, small victory here, celebrate. Small victory there, celebrate. And then eventually, you are going, because you're manifesting that you're going to reach your big dream, your big achievement. And then when you get to the top of that ladder, it's celebrate everything, no matter how small it is. So that is very, very important because and that's another thing that can put you in that dark place. It can, because that was one of mine as well. Again, and remember last week we spoke about your journey, your pace, looking around, looking at everyone else. You're looking around and you're seeing that this person has this victory and then their victory was at an 8. My victory is at a 2. So I'm not going to celebrate my victory because I want the 8 like them. But that's fine that you want the 8 victory. And your victory is going to come in at a number 8 when it's your time. When it's your time, it's your time. Trust the process. You guys have to trust the process. And when it's your time to get the number 8 victory, you won't. But still celebrate the number 2. Because without celebrating the number 2 victory, you have to walk up the ladder. That's it. So remember, I did share with you guys in my fitness. I believe it was my fitness an exercise episode. I believe that was. But I think I shared it before that. But 2020, you guys know I've been diagnosed with MS since 2011. Long time ago. I was 21 years old. I'm 36 now. So in 2020, I had a really bad relapse. It was really bad for me in 2020. I had a really bad relapse. And due to that relapse, I've always been back up. Before that, I love to work out. I love to work out. I love to exercise. I love to go to the gym. I love to take walks in my neighborhood. I enjoy that. Fitness is I love that. That stuff was just always I love that stuff. So I literally, once I had the bad relapse in 2020, things changed for me. Things changed for me for a little bit. So there were some things that I was able to do, but some things that I was doing before the bad relapse that after I was unable to do. And that definitely put me in that dark place. Definitely. Oh y'all, it was bad. I was in that dark place for a while. So I'm literally sitting there and I'm just like, when am I going to be able to do things that I do? When am I going to be able to work out and exercise the way that I used to? And I sat there and I'm waiting around and someone, I don't remember who it was, because I told you guys in the previous video that I have a strong village. I have a wonderful support team. So I don't remember who it was that made me realize that I'm sitting around waiting on this, I'm sitting around waiting on this big achievement when I've had achievements after 2020. I've had achievements, but I'm not celebrating those because I'm waiting on this big achievement. No, you don't do that. You celebrate them all. I want you guys to celebrate no matter. I don't care if you were in a space where you were unable to raise your hands all the way. And now you can raise your hands, halfway. Well, just whatever. That might have been a silly example, but y'all get where I'm going. If you were used to raising your hands up all the way, but now you can only raise your hands half the way, you still celebrate that. That's still an achievement. You're still doing that, so you still celebrate that. That is something that you celebrate it all, no matter how small. You celebrate the small achievements just like you celebrate the large ones. You treat them both the same. They're in the same family. An achievement is an achievement. Progress is progress. Give yourself credit for effort. Give yourself credit for effort. Give yourself credit for effort. That's it, y'all. That's it. So, backing up now. So, bad relapse, 2020. Again, after that, I was unable for a little while I loved to walk on the treadmill. That was one of my favorite things. When I went to the gym, I love to walk outside. Walking outside was I love to take walks. That was my favorite thing to do. So, and when I went to the gym, I would walk on the treadmill. And then I would also cycle too. I would cycle on the bike. Remember in my fitness and exercise episode, I shared with you guys that when I did that opening clip, that there was a time after my relapse where I was unable to cycle like that. But I believed in myself and then I was able to do it again. So I'm sitting there like, okay, when am I going to be able to, do those things again that I love to work out? And I'm sitting there and I don't remember who it was, but, someone made me, brought it to my attention No, you waiting on the big achievement, but you have to celebrate the small one. So after that happened to me, I was unable to even lift myself to get on a bicycle. I could not do that. And once I learned that I needed to celebrate small victories just like large victories, I realized that the fact now, because it was some time, it was a good time frame. I don't remember how long it was. I don't remember how long it was, but there was a time where I was unable to even just pull myself out on that bike after that time. So the fact that now I can literally pull myself up on the bike, that's a small bit. I still wasn't cycling either. At first, I still was not. I still wasn't cycling yet. But the fact that I was able to, and it was some time. It was a good time frame between me not being able to do it and to actually get myself to pull myself back on the bike. It was a good bit of time. I don't remember how long, but a good bit of time. But once I was able to pull myself up on the bike, I realized this is a small achievement. I need this. I'm going to celebrate this, and that's exactly what I did. I celebrated it, and I was so grateful. I was screaming. I celebrated that because that's small. And no, I still was not cycling yet, but I was able to pull myself out and get on the bike, and that's an achievement. And I was grateful. I was grateful. I always set goals for myself. I always said that I want to get back to cycling for 30 minutes. I want to cycle for 30 minutes. That's what I want to do because that's what I was able to do 30 minutes and another 30 minutes. And that's what I wanted to do. So then once I was able to get myself on the bike, the next victory was I was, as I build up my strength and I did, building exercises, I was able to cycle now. And why I was able to cycle was because I was manifesting it. I will be able to cycle again. I will be able to ride my bike again. I will be able to go on a treadmill again. I gave it to the universe. And remember, whatever episode that was, whatever you give the universe is what you're going to get back. Whatever you want, the life you desire, you put it out there, you be consistent, and you're going to get it back. So that's what I did. And literally, I started strengthening my legs, doing workouts for that. And literally, after some time, I was able to cycle. I couldn't do that 30 minutes. At first, was I like, man, why can't you do 30 minutes? Of course, I mean, I'm human. I did, I wanted 30 minutes. But I, thought back to whoever told me, nope, celebrate those small victories. And I realized, well, hey, I'm doing 5. So let me celebrate now. Now I'm getting on the bike. I'm actually cycling for 5 minutes. And hey, I'm celebrating that because that's a small achievement and I'm going to celebrate it. And I have gradually now worked my way back out, worked my way out, and I believe right now, I believe I'm at about 26 minutes now on my bike. I believe it's like 26 or 27, one or two. So still haven't gotten back to the 30, but I'm almost there. So I just want you all to, that was just my example. And trust me, I have a whole lot more. We don't even have enough time for me to go through, all the times that I was not celebrating my small victories. Because again, I'm sharing with you guys my journey and things that I have experienced and things I've dealt with being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So yeah, so so that's it. So celebrate all your achievements. Whatever it is small, you celebrate it. You be happy. You're excited. You smile, and you continue to manifest. That's it. Okay, so I want y'all to remember this. Your small achievements may not be life changing, but I promise you, they add up. So once they add and add and add and add up, you're going to get to your all the way at the top of your ladder. You have to believe it. I told you guys that on Staying Positive, I believe, episode. You have to believe it. And once you believe it, you will receive it. So you're going to believe it, manifesting, putting it out there, believing in it. Like I'm going to celebrate all of these small victories. I'm going to continue to celebrate them. And once I continue to celebrate all of these small victories, I'm going to get my big grand prize. Like that's it. So y'all celebrate those small accomplishments, just like you're gonna celebrate your large ones. And you guys see me here, and y'all see me smiling and hosting this podcast. I have bad days as well. You're going to have those, or you're human. And literally, I have days where I don't feel like it as well. But again, you just have to keep on moving, keep on celebrating. You keep on and trust the process. Where you are, where you are where you are where you're supposed to be. There you go. Trust God's process. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Celebrate those small victories, because they add up. They do. So that's it for today, y'all. And I'm going to keep saying it. I hope and pray that I am helping you all. I hope and pray that you guys are finding my podcast, which I'm getting a lot of feedback back, positive feedback, and I'm grateful for that. Thanks for I've received a couple of questions in my inbox. They didn't want me to open it to the podcast. It was just like answer them directly, and I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with that. So if you have any questions for me, anytime you have any questions, you want to whatever, if you want me to send me topics, we can do all of that. You can just message me, Motivation Station Podcast, QGW, on Facebook, and that's it today. Yeah, that's it, y'all. We wrapping it up. Motivation Station, episode 13. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust God's timing. And celebrate today, celebrating all victories. You're going to celebrate that small victory just the same way you're going to celebrate that large victory. That's it, y'all. Smile. Smile, smile, smile. Self-love is the best love. Don't forget that. If no one else shows you love, you show love to yourself. That's it. And remember, you are diagnosed with a medical condition. That's it. It doesn't define who you are. It doesn't define your personality, your character. That's it. You got this. You're strong. You're healthy. All is well. So that's it, y'all. I'm out. Motivation Station, episode 13. I am out. And I am still working on some things. I'm working on some good things. So that's it. I'll share that later. Motivation Station, episode 13. I am out. Y'all have a wonderful day. Happy Wednesday. See y'all next week. Bye. Peace.